Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of the Sony xa2 smartphone, and this is a mid-range smartphone. So first off, we'll start off with design. So this is what the phone looks like. So I have it in the color silver. You can get other colors as well. So as you can tell, that is what the front looks like. As you can tell, you've not got that much thickness bezels at the sides, the more so at the top and also at the bottom. If you're not used to this kind of design, it can be a little bit awkward, because while I was using this phone, there's been times where I've been holding it and I've been touching the screen and it's been going on to other stuff which I didn't mean to press, but I'm not used to obviously being, not that much of a bezels at the side. So as you can tell as well, it doesn't have a home button, but nowadays phones don't really have that button anymore. So turning on to its side, you have the on button, you also have the volume button as well, and then at the bottom you also have the camera button. So if you want to put it on a camera and you don't want to go to the thing and go onto the icon for what particular reason, you can just hold down this button and the camera app will turn on, or also you can use it while on the camera app to take a photo instead of actually pressing on the button. At the top here you've got your headphone jack, and then the other side you have room for your SIM card and also for an SD card. Turn it over to the back. Now, even though this is plastic, it feels quite premium and also quite slippery. So if you're clumsy like me, I do definitely recommend that you get a phone case, because I'm quite clumsy, and as I said, it's quite slippery. So at the back it says Xperia. It's got the back camera and flash, and then it's got the fingerprint sensor here as well. And a lot of people weren't a massive fan of the fingerprint sensor at the back, because usually with Sony phones they have it at the side, but they changed it and applied it to the back of the phone. So I'll get into the fingerprint sensor later on. So, and then obviously up here, which I forgot to mention, you got your front facing camera as well. So, and then at the bottom you have a speaker here, and then you also have your USB to charge the actual phone. So this phone runs on Snapdragon 360. It also runs on Android Oreo. So this is what the home screen looks like, and then obviously you got your apps and everything like that. So the screen is 5.2 inches and it is 1080p screen. With this phone as well, you also have an option called the super vivid mode. So as it being a normal, when it's on normal, the screen's clear, it's sharp images, everything like that. But as I said, you have got the option of the super vivid mode. So you've got the standard mode where it's just normal like image quality and everything like that. You have, which it says there, enhancer for photos and videos. You can have it off, so it's just like a normal sort of phone display. Got standard mode, as I said, it enhances the images and everything like that with the colours and detail, and then it just comes off. And then you've got super vivid mode. Now super vivid mode is more of a personal thing. What I find with super vivid mode, it depending on what you're looking at. So for example, if it's a photo which uses quite bright colours like orange or yellow, it can look a little bit artificial. As I said, it is a preference. As you can see, I do have it on super vivid mode because it doesn't bother you too much. But as I said, some photos you look at or some videos you look at, it can look a little bit artificial. But as I said, that is that is to do with like personal preference. Now onto the fingerprint sensor. Now I've had phones in the past that have had a fingerprint sensor. This is the first time I've actually tried it out. So now the government has my fingerprint. Like that is the only reason why I've not used it before, because it's like I don't want the government to have my fingerprint. Like we all know where our fingerprints are, guys. We all know where it is. So it's my first time doing it. So setting it up was a little bit hard. So what you had to do was press your fingers at different parts of the fingerprint sensor. Now, from what I'm going to say now, it could just be the way I've set it up and I could have done it completely wrong. But I find that a lot of the time it doesn't recognize my fingerprint. This is where it gets to the point where I recommend also having a pin set up. So obviously if it doesn't recognize your fingerprint through how many times, it will then lock itself off and it will say try again. But obviously if you've got a pin, you can still access the phone. So that's the issue that I'm having with the fingerprint at the minute. It doesn't always recognize my fingerprint. As I said, that could have been how I set it up at the beginning. I could have set it up wrong or whatever. Like they did have instructional, know how to do it, but I could have done it completely wrong, because it did take me a while to actually set it up. So that's the only thing I would say, is to have a fingerprint sensor and also have that pin in place, as I said, just in case you are locked out your phone and you need to get into your phone. You've also got that pin you can use as well. Now on to the best bit for me anyway, is the camera and everything. So when it comes to filming, I believe, don't quote me on this is actually the first phone that can actually film in 4K. So this, like, not many people are into Sony phones and stuff like that, or not many people have a Sony phone, but this may hook somebody on because they want to film in 4K. To be honest with you, I'm not that interested in 4K. I don't have a 4K television at all. So, being able to film in 4K is a bonus, but I wouldn't, I don't benefit from watching off of 4K because I don't have anything that is capable of playing 4K. But so you can also film in HDR, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, HD, VGA, and MMS, which I'm getting multi-messenger. I'm guessing if you want to like film, a video and just send it in a message. So when it comes to filming and everything, it picks up sound fairly well. Obviously, it's not an amazing an amazing microphone. Video is quite crisp. Now you can see examples of the filming capabilities of this phone is after all the videos after the unboxing of this phone are all filmed with this particular phone. What I found is it slightly struggles a little bit in low lighting when it comes to filming. Like when it comes to be filming in well lit rooms or daylight lighting, which I rely on quite a bit, it's all right. It's quite good, but when it comes to sort of like low lighting, even the slightest low light, we're talking like, say if the sun's not out, it can look a little bit dreary, which is a little bit let down for me, because the phones that I've had in the past, they still film quite good, unless it's like nighttime or it's fairly dark, then it does tend to struggle. It's true to colour and everything like that, so that's what I like about the video, but I feel that it could be a little bit better. When it take Now on, sorry guys, I'm starting to move my words. Now onto the actual photo taking, so taking pictures. So you can take 23 megapixels, 20 megapixels, and 12 megapixels. So a bit like the the video aspect of it. It takes really good photos in daylight. As I said, I'll include photos in this video of examples and everything. When it comes to low light, it honest to God, it depends. So on the phone you have an option of auto and you've got manual as well. If you've got it on manual and you do some twerks, you can take some really good photos in low light. Like I have one photo which I now make as my profile picture on my Facebook, which looks, you'll see it on here, which looks really good. That was taken at Marquesan Park after dark. So that photo took really well. And then you'll see other examples in low light where it's not taking the photo that well. So as I said, it depends on the situation and it depends on the atmosphere and stuff like that, but it's not bad. Like I've had worse phones that struggle a lot more badly when taking photos in low light, but with that it's all right. And then when it comes to front facing camera, it's just an average front facing camera. With this feature as well, you've got the option where if you want multiple like people in the camera, usually you sort of struggle a little bit and your arms outstretched so much, whereas this one it kind of zooms out, so it's a lot easier to take more than one person in the photo. And then you've got the the option to just zoom in if it's just you're taking a photo of. Forgot to mention the flash on here, but I don't really mention phone flashes. I'm not a massive fan of a flash on the phone so much. I tend to use the flash if I really need to get a video filmed and I really want to do it now and it's in low lighting to the point where I really need the flash on, then I'll film with the flash. But other than that, I've never really been a massive fan of flashes on cameras. They can be a little bit too, I want to say, overpowering. I've just not been a massive flash. I will include a photo with the with the flash being used as well, but I've not always been a massive fan of flashes on phones anyway. But it's all right. It's just it is what it is. When it comes to battery life on this, it's all right. It's not amazing. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either. It's slightly above average. For me, it will last all day, sometimes up until the evening, or sometimes it will last, say, all day up to, say, late afternoon. It all depends on how much I use it. It is a lot better than the Samsung one. As I mentioned, the reason why I got rid of that one is because the battery was starting to fail on me and I needed it for my routine and everything, how I go to the gym, and I listen to music obviously off the phone, so I need the battery to obviously last for me. What's quite smart about the battery actually as well is well, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's kind of annoying, like this morning. So it's got battery care. Now this will set up after a few days after using it, because what it will do, it will monitor your charging, your charging routine. So it'll monitor, when you're putting your putting your phone to charge and when you tend to take it out. So what it'll do, as you all know, is you've got the issue of sometimes if you put your phone on charge and leave it on for hours and hours and hours, even if it's fully charged, it can actually damage the battery in the long run. What this will do is, which is started to kick off at the minute, so say I will put this on charge at 10 o'clock, a message will pop up and it will tell me it'll be fully charged at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that'll mean it will send the electricity to the battery, but it'd be very slow doses, so it stretches up, so when it hits 4 o'clock it is fully charged. The reason why it can get annoying is this morning when I just wanted to quickly let a quick little charge before I went to the gym, so it's fully charged and it said it will be fully charged at 12 o'clock, and it's like, yeah, I need it now, and that I put it in at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and 8 o'clock, no, it was like 10 o'clock in the 10 o'clock, half 9 in the morning. No, it wasn't hot. I swear it was 8 o'clock. I don't even know, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was around half 8. It was around half 8, and it was on like 91% battery, and I wanted it on 100. And it said it'll be fully, charged by 12, which again, it's kind of annoying if you want a quick charge. But I find if to escape that, if you unplug it and then plug it back in again, it'll just charge like a normal phone. So the battery care can be annoying, but it will be very useful, in the long run of trying to help, manage the life of the battery, so it doesn't go downhill. Because I have a tendency of leaving my battery to charge overnight, because I use it as an alarm. So I keep the phone on and I like to keep it on charge. So it's more useful for me having this battery care. The only other issue I've had with this phone, which I tend to have, I don't know what it is with the Instagram app, because it does it on my tablet as well sometimes. It just freezes up, like it will just freeze up on the phone. I don't know if, because I know Instagram has a tendency of running in the having the app running in the background even though you've closed it, but it also has a tendency of freezing up, and it's really annoying. As I said, this is not the only phone it's done it on, and it's done it on my previous phone, and also does it on my tablet. So I don't know what it is with Instagram app, but other than that, everything has been moving smoothly, been working smoothly, should I say. I've not had any other issues with it. So yeah, that is it for this review. So do I recommend it for starters? I would say yes. It's a good little phone. I would say if you think about it though, if you're wanting to use it as a video filming, for using it more as filming purposes, because you may struggle a little bit. But for photos and everything, it's alright. And as I said, you can take some good photos in low light, depending on the situation, the atmosphere, what sort of lighting you are playing with. But yeah, I do recommend. I think Sony phones are really underrated, I'm not gonna lie, and I really like the design. I know a lot of people as well that I've heard do not like the design because they say it's quite chunky, but I really like the design like this. It's quite sleek, and it's just a shame now that Sony have decided to follow Apple, and that's literally what they said to get rid of the headphone jack. But other than that, I really like the design of it. As I said, people will disagree, and I do like the Sony phones. I think they're a little bit underrated, and this is a really good affordable. It's not exactly affordable, but it is that mid-range phone. It is. If you are looking for a mid-range phone, I do recommend that you give this one a go, because I really enjoyed it. If I was to rate it out of 10, because we all like to rate things, if I would rate it out of 10, I'd probably rate it an 8 out of 10. It's a great solid phone. As I said, the only issue I've had is obviously with Instagram, but I've always had issues with that Instagram app. Comment down below if you've had issues with the Instagram app, because as I said, it's always, all the phones I've had, Instagram tends to mess around, and I think it's just the Instagram app. So that's it for this review. So bye guys.